The story is about a family held hostage by strangers demanding they make a horrifying choice to prevent an apocalypse. The movie opens with a little child, gathering grasshoppers in a jar outside the cottage she is living in with her fathers, Eric and Andrew, in the woods. Leonard, a huge man, approaches one and attempts to appear nice, even joining in on the grasshopper capture. One is informed by Leonard that he is about to do something that he would later regret. One runs back toward the cabin as three more people, Sabrina, Adrian, and Redmond, emerge from the woods with big, pointy weapons. One heads outside to alert Andrew and Eric about the visitors. Leonard knocks on the door and tells Eric and Andrew that they are there for a task and need to speak to them directly. The guys begin to grow nervous and the family begins locking the doors and windows. The gang then starts breaking through the glass to enter the residence. After a fight with Sabrina, Eric trips and falls and becomes unconscious. Andrew strikes Redmond with force. The family is ultimately subdued by the four, but Sabrina attends to Eric's wound. While Eric and Andrew are restrained, the gang consoles one by watching cartoons. After suffering a concussion, Eric complains of light sensitivity and blurred vision, which Sabrina tries to assist him. After everyone has settled down, the group starts out by introducing themselves and their histories. Adrian is a line cook, Redmond works in sanitation, Sabrina is a nurse, and Leonard coaches basketball for kids. Leonard explains his and the group's presence. The four of them have been seeing visions of apocalyptic events, and the family has been chosen to deliver a sacrifice to ensure humanity's survival. Should the family fail to make a decision, the disastrous occurrences will ultimately come to pass. Also, they are informed that they cannot kill themselves in order to protect their loved ones. Andrew and Eric are clear that they do not wish to sacrifice anyone. After that, the organization claims that mankind is being assessed. Sabrina moves ahead of Eric as the sun reflects off a mirror in his direction, but he seems to see something in the reflection. Leonard decapitates Redmond when he advances and covers his head with a white mask. Adrian and Sabrina then stab him in the head. And further flashback depicts Eric and Andrew's initial adoption of one. She received surgery to correct the cleft palate that was present at birth. Back in the present, Leonard turns on the TV to show the family about the events that have transpired thus far. In certain regions of the world, strong earthquakes and tsunamis have occurred, leaving several people dead. Since Redmond is the same guy who once attacked him at a bar, Andrew thinks that they are being targeted because they are a homosexual couple. However, the gang maintains that's not why they're there. One attempts to escape through the basement, but Leonard catches up to her and brings her back to the house. The next morning, Adrian cooks breakfast for one. Adrian takes the stand to make her case when it's time for the family to make another decision. She informs them that she has a kid named Charlie and that she has been seeing and hearing his screams in her dreams. Even though she urges the boys to consider that while making their choice, Andrew continues to say no. Adrian is beaten and beheaded by Leonard and Sabrina. After that, they turned on the news, which was covering the spread of a fatal illness that was affecting kids. Andrew gets more cause to believe that the organization is lying to them when he discovers that the report is pre-recorded and that he has been reading about the virus for months. Andrew tells Eric that his hands are loosening from their binds, so he might have a chance to break free. One sneaks Eric a knife and he gives her a heads up to do something when she is instructed to. Leonard and Sabrina try to talk Eric and Andrew into doing it again, but Eric uses one's tantrum to divert the attention of the other two, which lets Eric cut himself free and gives Andrew a chance to go to the car and try to get his pistol. Even when Sabrina hurts his leg, he slams her face in mud and dashes inside the car. She tries to break in and give him a light side stab, but he shoots his gun and makes her drop her weapon as he tries to load it. And further flashback depicts the attack in the bar by a man who has a striking resemblance to Redmond but has a longer beard. Since he was rumored to have been imprisoned, he received instruction in self-defense and buying a gun. After making it back to the cabin, Andrew threatens Leonard but is startled when Sabrina runs in, causing him to shoot her. After she dies, Leonard beheads her. Andrew also grabs Redmond's wallet from his body and confirms that he was indeed his attacker, a man named Rory O'Bannon. Since the gang damaged the family car's tires, Andrew threatens to take the vehicle they arrived in and use it to drive home, ordering Leonard to enter the restroom at gunpoint. A few minutes later, Leonard smashes the bathroom glass, giving the lads the impression that he is leaving them behind and running for his car. Despite getting wounded in the arm, Leonard continues to assault Andrew even after he unlocks the bathroom and jumps into the shower. Leonard takes Andrew's weapon after a little skirmish and orders the boys to switch the TV back on. Hundreds of airlines around the world begin to experience failures, causing thousands of planes to suddenly crash from the sky all around the world. Leonard speaks the same lines as the anchorwoman, making Andrew believe that everything was rehearsed. After escorting Eric and Andrew outdoors, Leonard informs them that they have a final opportunity to save further tragedies. When gets an order from Eric to hide in a treehouse until someone comes to collect her, Leonard slices his neck and tells them they have a few minutes to halt it before it's too late when it becomes apparent they still aren't making a decision. Lightning strikes the earth, and more planes and trees fall from the sky as a strong storm starts to gather. The boys return inside the residence. After telling Andrew about the man he saw in the sun's reflection, Eric acknowledges that he started to think the group's visions were real. He noticed that they each represented aspects of humanity. Redmond was malice, Adrian was nourishment, Sabrina was health, and Leonard was guidance. They were the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and their deaths were necessary. Andrew challenges Eric as he appears prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice, claiming that mankind is unworthy of rescue because of their hatred and rejection of individuals such as himself and Eric. After that, Eric tells Andrew about a vision he had of a world that never ends, how Andrew ages and stays close to one, and how one has found a job she is proud of and a partner who loves her just as much as she does. After realizing this, Eric calms down and grabs Andrew's hand to shoot himself. Following his husband's funeral, Andrew goes to get one from the treehouse. Walking, the two eventually come to the vehicle that Leonard's gang entered. In the back seat, Andrew finds items proving that the group, barring Redmond, really were who they said they were. Leonard really was a beloved coach, Sabrina was a nurse, and he also finds a picture of Adrian with Charlie. One and Andrew take a car to a cafe where people are congregated to see the news of the catastrophes coming to an end. Safe plane landings have occurred, and the virus's mortality toll has decreased. Together, Andrew and one head off into an unknown future. Following the dramatic journey shown in Knock at the Cabin, audiences are left to consider the significance of giving up something, the unpredictable nature of people, and the tenacity of love in the face of adversity. This provocative movie makes us reevaluate our own morals and beliefs while showing us that there may be hope even in the midst of despair. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.